Tell them what it is.
So it is Judgment Day. No, we're at the track for the first time in a long time, even longer for you. So
Yeah, it's been about 5 years.
Yep.
4 to 5.
Happy to get you back on the track. And brought the Twinkie bikes. So got both of the GSXRs and John. We got John and Hillary. We got Hillary too. So we're gonna run at Mayhem tonight at the strip, and we're gonna get some practice.
There's drifting. Sort of drifting.
Go nowhere. My burnout didn't feel right. I couldn't move it side to side, and I saw smoke. And so apparently I don't have a clutch anymore, so I gotta go find one.
Like second row.
So it's all up to you, honey.
My first pass in 5 years was a 10.5 at 138. Past the Megan Frada clutch. I went a 10.3 at 142. This is a high desert track, so we're 2,000 feet above sea level. I'm gonna go race my buddy John and hope he can pull me into the. He's on a S1000RR, full carbon body, stock wheelbase. So I'm gonna see if he can push me to the nines where I should be at 260 pounds. So.
Just practice.
Yeah, it felt like a bicycle, but I couldn't pedal fast like I did when I was 10. I was pedaling slow.
Got it. All that. Let's go.
So we just got back from the track after I burned up my clutch. And Mike this was his first time back on the track in 5 years. He's been helping me the whole time. So, what did you think?
It was more satisfying to help you and be the crew, be the gopher. It was more satisfying to do that for the last 5 years than it was to go a 10-3 at 142 on a stock GSXR 1000. I'm an ex-bodybuilder, so I'm still real heavy. I might come down to 250 to race. I'm 260 now, maybe 240 something, but I'm not gonna shrink down to 200 pounds to race a 1000cc bike. So what we were just talking about was the fact that me on that bike at a track at this altitude, the best it would do would be like maybe a 9.5. That's not really impressive. I mean, unless it's some spec category and every rider is my weight and But next to it in the living room is a bike that'll make double this horsepower. But it would be more satisfying if there's a need for me to tune this and sort it out in terms of gearing, the shock, the perfect tire, and then after you get the bike sorted out, you're gonna beat on it. You're gonna wear down clutches. You're gonna chew up tires. You're gonna go through chains. To do all of that to maybe run a potential of 9.5 for me on that bike, it's not worth it. I think it would be more suited to someone that's 50 to 100 pounds less. So there's a reason heavier guys race boosters. That torque will carry weight. There's a reason heavier guys love turbo bikes. That top end power it's religious.
What do you think so that's a 2008 GSXR 1000?
Yeah.
And it's turbo built engine?
Everything is done.
Yeah, it is called everything. What do you think it could do? What do you think you could do on that?
Eights. That's a reasonable number to run on for a street bike. Mid eights, maybe a low 8. And it's got a full standalone ECU, so adding features like boost control will get you into the 7s. You really throw a lot of power at those little motors. So I've got a longer swing arm waiting for it already. But if I'm gonna spend the time to tune a bike for my weight at this track, and if I'm gonna have to go through materials, it would make sense to do it on a platform that will thrill me. So here's what went well. The air shifter works very well with the stock quick shifter. And all Megan did was just wire up a solenoid directly to the horn output. And the quick shifter is basically taking place of the rider's foot. So there wasn't anything necessary in terms of screwing with the electronics because the bike is already wired to work with a quick shifter. So everything worked as well as it could have as far as the features. It felt best on a track. When you ride it on the road, it's real buzzy. It vibrates a lot. It's not like that Gen 3 boost over there. So I've gotten real spoiled about
Oops, in my face.
gotten real spoiled about
very much
about smooth bikes that have torque. We intended to have a husband versus wife battle with two 1000s, but by the time she puts new clutches in hers, she should be able to get into the high 8 range. And it's not much of a contest to be more than a second slower. I want to throw it and then be thrilled.
I want to see this. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
It's got a lock up in it. I want to let that thing go, and then just like, is the power gonna stop? No, that's what I want. The way that the handlebar switch on the throttle clamps, it doesn't have the tab that indexes it on your bar. So I noticed that when I get back to the pit, I've twisted the throttle so much that I've rotated that entire switch assembly. So what that means is I'm in the middle of the run wanting more power. So I got something over there that'll give me more than I ask. And that's the thrill you want. You pee yourself a little bit. You shit yourself just a little. You know, that's what you need to go. That's what you need to be thrilled.
Speaking of God, heart on my sleeve, pen in my mind, living my lines. What are you trying to tell me I am? Just give me a sign. Look, climbing the mountain.